Hello everyone and welcome back to Charwell, the Farming Agency edition, where we are starting off down at the shop because we've had this trailer since we started, and of course we've never used it, and money is getting a bit low, so I think we should try and sell it. However, I am aware that sometimes, there we go, not able to sell from here. Value is 53,100, okay, so let's get rid of him. We'll have to do it manually. So 53,100, perfect. Now what we're going to pick up is a big old loading wagon. So the one we're going to go for is actually the Schuit maker. I was thinking of getting a modded one, but this one seems to be quite good. We can go for the extension, and we're going to lease that. So I am going to grab that. I'm going to take it back over to the clover field where we're going to be doing some clover mowing. Okay, so we're now down at the field. We've got here the tedder, the windrower, and the mower. So the mower is actually going to be a worker, because that's going to be the most efficient way of doing this, I think. So if we open up the course that I've got, yes, see we're starting just by here, switch the engine on, and we can tell him to start. And there we go, we've got our fresh clover going in. Very nice. Very nice indeed. So he will crack on. We are going to be doing tedding. So yeah, we're going to do tedding here with the New Holland. But I should probably just let the guy complete one headland so that he's not getting bashed around by us. Especially because the width on this thing is quite wide. So yeah, we'll let him do one headland, and then we will begin with some tedding. So switch him on and drop him down, and there we go. So that is the first stage of drying. This is obviously very, very similar to what we have when we do the alfalfa. And because we've got a little bit of grass mixed in, if you run the loading wagon and it hits something which is not the same type, so in this case if it hits grass, then what it does, it deletes everything that's in the loading wagon and reverts it to the new type. So because of that, because we've got a little bit of grass mixed in at the start, I think when we do the windrowing, we will actually miss the first headland. We'll do the first headland as silage bales, because there's no issue with having silage bales with mixed crop, but there is if you're doing it in the loading wagon, which I am, because I want to put it in the pit. So yeah, I think that'll be the better way to do it. So we've got a good distance between us and the mower. The mower is going to do one more headland, and then he's going to start on the up and down rows. I'm just trying to get close to the edge without having any problems afterwards. Don't want to get tools stuck into the trees. Like I said in the previous episode, I am planning on doing a bit of field tidying, shall we call it. We're going to trim some of these trees, cut some branches off, and just make it a little bit easier for the harvest. Well, for everything actually. Planting, harvesting, cultivating, all of it. But we are now up at the first headland endpoint, which is great news. So we can move on to the second. Okay, so we've got a little bit of a missed bit, but that's okay, I'm not too worried. And all of this stuff here can go straight into the pit. It only needs to be tedded once to go into the pit. So the tedder is finished after we've done the entire field. Okay, so I think we're going to have a few time lapses and jump cuts in this video, because there's obviously a lot of field here to work on. So I think we'll begin with a jump cut. Come back to you when we're ready to do the windrowing. Just finishing off the tedding then, and you may notice, if you're a bit eagle-eyed, that we are no longer in the same field. That's because we had two clover fields, and I was originally going to do one as silage and the other one as something else. I was going to do the big one as silage, and I couldn't think really what to do with the small one. In the end, I decided the small one is so small, why not just make silage out of this one as well? Did them both at the same time. So that is what I've done. The mower has cut everything. We're just going to get it finished off with the tedder. And then it's on to the windrowing. Windrowing is going to be done by a worker. And what we're going to do is we're going to start off with the fast track with the baler. And then we'll move on to the loading wagon work. So that is that done. Fold him up and put our beacons on, and we can head down the road back to the yard. So let's just park him somewhere here in the yard. Everything needs to be cleaned later, so it's not like this is a permanent position. There we go. And parking brake on, engine off. Oh, and beacons off. Yep. Okay. So let's go and get our worker doing some windrowing. I think the easiest thing to do is for me to get the worker to follow the same path as the mower. If we just have a quick check. Windrower working width is 9.3. The mowers 8.1. So yes, that will work well. Or at least it would work well if I could do this properly. So let's load up field 55 mow. Start at the first waypoint, which is here. unfold him, of course. And there we go, we can tell him to get started. Ah, hang on. Let me just stop the driver. That's better. That would make more sense. Okay. So like I said, this first headland is going to be baled. That's going to be the better option because of the grass that's mixed in there. So let's go and grab the JCB. It is here waiting. The first bale that comes out of it is actually going to be straw, but that's okay. We can live with that, I think. And I've got the mower attached to the front so that we can go and pick up some of these random straggly bits later. Okay, so switch it on, drop it down. Like I said, the first bale is straw. Okay, and now we're going slowly because the baler has to regulate the speed. And there's a lot of clover here apparently. And there we go, there's our first clover silage bale being produced. Okay, so I think we'll just time-lapse this headland. I'll see you in a minute when we've got all the clover bales collected from the first headland. Okay, so from that first headland, we made rather a lot of bales. Obviously, the first one was straw. And let's see exactly how many we can check. Let's switch the baler off though. And how many did we just get? 17 from one headland. Okay, that's rather a lot. So 17 from one headland, 4,000 litre bales. That's more than one load in the loading wagon. Ooh, I saw the beacons on. So this could be a bit tricky, but let's see. We're going to get started. We're going to see how we go. So drop it down, turn it on. Did that in the wrong order that I said it, but yes, and let's see how quickly we fill up. That is fairly rapid. So then the question is, which yard do we take this to? I was thinking of taking it to the BGA, because this stuff is going to be sold directly. We're not going to be using it for the animals at all, I don't think. But if we fill up this quickly, it's a long trip to the BGA. Which means it might be better doing it in the cow field and then transferring it when we want to sell it. I think that's what we're going to have to do. Because, yeah, if we've got to make a trip up to the BGA every time, and we're filling this quickly, we're going to be going for it's going to take a long time to do this job. Now, what does the clover look like? Oh, very cool. It does have a completely different texture to grass. And I'm just missing big chunks here. I know we're filling up quickly, but even still, I don't want to be missing enormous chunks. Right, quick screenshot. Screenshot done. So we are 60%. Yeah, cow farm. Cow farm is where we're going to have to take this. I'm going to have to clear the cow farm up a little bit because we have put some stuff into the pit. One side is okay, we can leave that. But yeah, the second side, which has currently got the auto stacker, that's going to have to be emptied. Most definitely. But yeah, we are almost done here. And there we go. So let's go and take this over to the cow farm. It's still, you know, the cow farm is still not that close. But it is closer than the BGA. Any traffic? No, looking good. Yep, so at this rate, we're going to have, well, at this rate, I would say about 600,000 litres. Because we've got the two fields, not just one. It's crazy that I'm a tractor and I want to go faster than the car. The traffic on here is so slow. We could have gone the other way, but the turning is actually easier this way, which is why I thought of going this way. And obviously this isn't the easiest yard to actually navigate with big machinery. So yeah, this is what I'm thinking of. Whoops. Because the other one we are storing some bales in there. So let's just disconnect. Oh, I did get the straw blower to work. It just took a little bit of fiddling to find the right position. Okay. I'll just dump you over here, I think. In with the other bales. Okay, and now we can get this guy unloaded. I'm going to do this in third person view because I want to make sure I get all the way to the back. So, third person. We'll go right into this corner for now. It's obviously an absolutely massive pit, which is good. Because we're going to have a lot of stuff to go in here, I think. And I think I'm going to have to drop the time down. Times 5, we're never going to get this done tonight. Okay, so there we go. Silage clover is going in. And if we take a quick check, yeah, it does have a different texture. Very nice. Okay, get back over to the field, and then we can start getting some more.
It's silent now, we don't say a word, we're just looking at each other. Tears in our eyes from the words we said, yeah, it kinda broke my heart. Loving you is not so goddamn easy as you think. I'm trying my best to hold on, but I feel myself giving. You know that we shouldn't keep it up like this. We hurt each other's feelings on and on. I don't wanna change who you are. The things you say is always one step too far. But I know that I've played my part. I'm hurting you as well. I guess that we should say we're sorry. Say we're sorry. Say we're sorry. I guess that we should say we're sorry. Say we're sorry. Say we're sorry. We pick up the pieces and start again. Don't give up, we're holding on. For what it's worth, I'll try to change. We can't fix our broken hearts. Loving me is not so goddamn easy as I think. You try your best to hold up, but I see you giving in. You know that we shouldn't keep it up like this. We hurt each other's feelings on and on. I don't wanna change who you are. The things you say is always one step too far. But I know that I've played my part. I'm hurting you as well. I guess that we should say we're sorry. Say we're sorry. Say we're sorry. I guess that we should say we're sorry. Say we're sorry. I don't wanna change who you are. Things you say is always one step too far. But I know that I've played my part. I'm hurting you as well. Guess that we should say we're sorry. Say we're sorry. Say we're sorry.
Okay, so the field is cleared and we're picking up the last little bits, and then we're just going to take it over to the yard, get it dumped out, and I'm going to get the other field done off camera. So obviously all the leveling and things like that, we'll be doing that in the next episode. I'll probably move the bales myself, take them over to the carry yard. But yes, I will get the whole field, the other field, done. And then that will speed things up a little, because yesterday's episode was quite a slow-paced one, but ended up being fairly long. this episode is a bit more fast-paced, but is going to be a little shorter, just to try and balance the 2 episodes out. We have, however, done incredibly well, so I'm not 100% sure what we've got in the pit. We'll double check that now. But we've got 64,000 litres in clover silage bales, and I think we're close to 300,000 in the pit. So we're not at the 600,000 litre level that I thought we were going to be at. That was a bit of a wild overestimation. But there we go. So we will drop this off. Oh, and I do have a little bit of a gripe / warning. But I will tell you about that in a moment, because it's related to one of the tractors on here. So I need to actually show you which tractor it is so I can tell you about it. So let's just get out of that view. Where do I want to put this? The pit is not particularly level at the moment. And I can't get him up there. Let's try about here. So, just empty out. We can see exactly how much we've got. So, that said, 297,619 litres. That is really good. And like I said, another 64,000 in clover silage bales over at the field. Now, before I leave you for today, the little gripe I had. This tractor, this is the 8210. I'll show it to you in the shop again. Here we go. So this is the 8210 that I'm using, I believe. No, I'm using this, the Gen 3 Turbo, that's what I've got. Now, both of those, the 8210 Gen 3 Turbo and the 8210, are available on various mod websites. However, they are stolen mods. They are also the older version. These are the newer version because I've got them directly from the original mod author. The ones that are available on the mod sites are stolen. So you are free to use them, that is up to you, but I am not condoning stealing mods and releasing them under your own name. That's not a particularly cool thing to do, and it's not very good for the original owners. So I have got mine from a legitimate source, from the horse's mouth directly, you might say. I just wanted to give a little warning about that. But yeah, a bit of a less cheerful note than normal. So let's just look at this instead. This looks cool. Yeah, that looks much better. So thank you very, very much for watching, everyone. I will see you next time. Goodbye.